everybody. Give me just a second. I just realized my face, my other camera wasn't working. Give me a second to reset it. And hope everybody's doing well. Man, it feels like it's been a minute since we were able to do this. So hopefully we will have a good hunt tonight. Jolly Roger, how are you doing? So, what we're going to do tonight, I've got a, hey William E., I've got a box of halves I picked up today, and we're going to hunt that for Shellbell if it's huntable. Tried to do that last time we hunted, and hunted a box for Aaron Foy that turned out to be pretty good, but we couldn't get Shellbells in because it wasn't circulated good enough. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Giveaways, 50, 75, got those in place. We'll do only one EOS. And then if we finish this before 8 o'clock, because y'all know how we do. Y'all know how we do on Tuesdays. 2 hours, we stream to 8, and then that is it. So we'll go over some of the auction items. I might be persuaded to go over just a few minutes if you guys really gotta want to see everything, some of the stuff that I picked up at the coin show. So it could be possible I could be persuaded a little bit just to see how we go up until that point. So without further ado, let's get this thing open. Let me run the chat so you all hear though. I did not do that. I see Chicken Man, Dan, Chew, Dad Spare Chain, David Rubin, Fleabag, JC Light Pam, Jim Kentor, Jim Thompson, KJ in Ohio, Lisa D, Martin Bowen, Michael Erickson, Mike Slides, Shellbell, Silverman, the Jolly Roger, Tom Thumb, Valerie Bowen, WalkerMagnet, that would be me, William E, and as always, how you doing, Gabe? I hope you are doing well. So we are going to get it going. Let's get it going. See what we got. See what this box looked like. So they went back to the folded over on the corners tape. The boxes seem to flip back and forth between those. Okay, it looks good from that standpoint. It is circulated, so we will have a hunt. Whether or not it's super successful, yet to be seen. But yeah, Martin Bowen came down last week. We had I don't have a bucket set up yet. We had a fun time at the coin show here in Bessemer, Alabama. It was a very, very good show, good size, had plenty of tables in place, and we just had a great time. Had some pretty good currency deals going. We met some great people. And hopefully that we can make that a yearly thing. That was the first time I had been to this show. It is a very old show. Martin may have to correct me. Hey, Mysterian. Hey, Southeast Stacker. May have to correct me, but I think this was the 63rd annual show, 63rd annual edition of this show in Bessemer. So very, very old. All right, thank you, sir. Very, very old show, well established, and we really had a good time with it. So there's a very nice 71. Hey, Coin Silver. Let me get the scope dialed in. So what is going on? I've been seeing a lot of great finds on Discord. Jolly Roger found 37 or 38 dimes in a box. He had a monster box of Rosie dimes, which is awesome. Fleabag, how is your treatment going? Have you recovered from your white blood cell count being low? Are they able to continue with treatment now? Roll number 1. Saw we lost Ozzy Osbourne today. Y'all all see that? Shellbell put a post on Discord. Hannah had mentioned it to me earlier.
Can't touch this. You can't touch this.
I never was a big Ozzy Osbourne fan as far as music goes, but still sad to see some of those music icons passing by. Shellbell, there is a 2017. 2017 be our first find of the day. Let me get that on there. I got out this morning in the yard, so I'm feeling a little scratchy of throat tonight. I got my box of goodies set out. Come on, what have I done? And I usually have my keyboard sitting there where I can get to it easily, and so I was a little ill prepared there. Yeah, no, not me neither. That was hard rock stuff was not
very generous.
My cup of tea. Oh, Silver Addiction comes in. Thank you, Silver Addiction. I did get your bill processed. It will be heading out in the morning. So thank you for that. Glad to finally be able to get that done for you. Got some really nice bills in the at the show. I'll be showcasing a little bit later. And thank you, very generous of you, Silver Addiction. Always glad for a little shipping help. Oh, Doug, yeah, Ty. Okay, I got you. I see, Martin. Hey there, Jimmy LaCarrie, Tom Thumb. Hope everybody's doing well. Still very warm outside. Everybody's taking care of their not getting too hot. It doesn't take but a minute. I was out this morning well before 9 o'clock cleaning up the back corner of my yard. Something I've been meaning to do, and also trimming some brush and stuff back. And it didn't take me but a couple hours to be ready to hang it up. And hang it up I did. So the plan for this weekend is I'm going to get okay, Fleabag. All right, buddy. Sorry about that. So I'll probably end up getting one box for the weekend, trying to recoup my funds from the past week. That one had the silver look to it, but it was not. and maybe a box of nickels. So we'll do halves and nickels this weekend. And then I was talking with a lady when I picked up this box, and she was fixing to order coins, so she put the order in for 2 more boxes that should be here Friday. And I'm hoping by Monday I will be able to come and be back on 2 boxes to hunt. I'm going to continue with the hey Collector Rick. I'm going to continue with hunting these boxes for the Superstar members. As we talked about last week, my plan is to make some changes to the channel and the way we're doing things. Just trying to get back more to away from trying to sell boxes and that kind of thing. You know, all that's going to affect the giveaways and all kind of different aspects. But one thing I have to do is fulfill my promise to the Superstar members, in that for their membership they get a full box hunt. So I want to get that out of the way, and then maybe September, or maybe even around sometime in August, I'm going to make a change to how we're doing things. Mainly we'll still be hunting boxes. If we do giveaways, it'll be based on what the box gives us. Might not always hunt halves, may do nickels, may do bills. And then we'll do the auctions. I'm hoping that I can do well enough with my auctions to make up for any loss in revenue, if you will, from the selling of the boxes and stuff like that. And then also using the boxes to furnish the giveaways, if they produce anything, will also be a savings on my part. Jim Cantor found my first 25 cents in pocket change. I saw earlier that 20 boxes of 2025s were selling for $500 a box. Uncirculated boxes of 2025s were going for $500. Is that not crazy? Hey there, Nesmo Numismatics from Bonnie, Scotland. Okay, cool. Well, thanks for dropping in. I imagine it's getting on to being pretty late over there. I also stream on Saturdays, Saturday mornings at 11, so I don't know if you've caught that show before. But we have a lot of people from over the big water that drop in. So always glad to see you. 72. $71. Oh yeah. 1215 or 1500. Oh, 1500. It's a shiny 86. 72D. Saw Rick found a really nice example of the 82P No FG the other night. Silver Serpent, hello. You did good, Martin. I really do think you did pretty well, my friend. Yes, it's hard to be. I mean, you know, it's but, you know, you get opportunities to find stuff there that you can't really do that anywhere else. So it's understandable. Luckily, there's enough room in between them that if you prepare properly and, you know, go in with a set amount of money, you don't do too bad. Hey, Ralph, how are you doing? But there was a lot of coins as usual. It was a coin show, but they also had a fair amount of currency, and had a few just pure currency dealers. So a very, hey Kenneth Bird, very diversified show. You're welcome, Martin. You are welcome, my friend. I did, for you Canadian viewers, I did pick up one of the Devil's Hair Canadian notes, the $2 note, I think it is. Yep. And I will be probably offering that up to auction at some point. It's not a great, very, example of it, but it is very well, still in good shape, as far as representable, and you can easily see the devil's face in the queen's hair there. Oh yeah, well there's it's starting to fade away there, Nemos. We are starting to lose. It's not even what it is today is not what it was even 2 or 3 years ago. So it is slowly but surely becoming. That's why I'm making change to the channel. We did have a box 3 years ago. I think it was. My goodness, hard to believe it. It was 3 years ago for that, but we found a box with 106 silver coins in it. By far the biggest box that's ever been found on my channel. But and we found a few others that had multiples, but nothing ever again like that one. $51 likes. Thanks everybody. Let's get that going. Likes tonight will be, hey Vincent C. Likes tonight will be Merc Dimes. Got 2 little Merc Dimes for that. Oh, I finished up the 1883 series last night. There are too many new coins in circulation, diluting. I can't disagree with you, Silver Addiction. You are probably right, but it is what it is. Guess we're just getting further and further out from the silver days, so numerically thinking along those lines, there will be more and more coins in front of a silver coin. Visiting the States in September, heading to New York for wife's birthday, going to stock up on some silver while I can. Oh, nice. Very good. Silver is $39, a little over $39 an ounce here right now, American. Maybe it won't bust out a crazy move before you get over. There's a 2024D. Got a minute and 43 seconds to go. We got 23 people in. Why is it not showing how many people are in chat tonight for some reason? That's all right. 23 people in. Matt Yankee, how are you? Yeah, well, those are hit and miss too. I have never had an opportunity to get a large current customer wrap set of rolls. I picked up a few rolls here or there, and I have found a few 40%ers in those, but never have really just hit the mother load on customer wraps. Got 53 seconds to go on the giveaway. But I finished the 1883 series last night. Man, that was a tear jerker. But I started 1923 earlier today. They had a good deal on that 1883 series, the westerns on Prime. Hey, Hunter. Oh, Southern Metal's in the house. How you doing, Southern Metal? I had the whole series for $6, and then last night I bought the 1923 series, and it wasn't any bad. It like $13 or something like that. Hey, Pooh Bar. All right, looks like we are ready to go. Good luck, everybody. Let me change the screen. Oh, man, it worked. Wow. Metallic Silver Skull has won the 50 Lights giveaway. So I am not doing the giveaways as far as shipping every week. It may be a couple, 2 or 3 weeks before I get this in the mail to you, metallic Silver Skull, but it will get there within the next 2 or 3 weeks. Just saying, just letting you know. Depends on what you're buying, William E. There are notes out there now that have started to gain a lot. Hey, Crafty Dragon, a lot of attention, and the dealers are having a very hard time buying these at a price point that allows them to make money, you know, make a good profit and offer them. So you're seeing a lot of the desirable bills that are above the gray sheet and bumping retail even at the coin shows. You know, the great thing about coin shows, you hope to be able to go to a coin show and get things out, you know, below a, hey there, hey, Lucky James. Yeah, my throat's a little raspy tonight. I spent out some time outside in the dusty, hot backyard, and then I kind of got in a dozy state all afternoon. Couldn't seem to stay awake. But yeah, it's getting harder to buy some of the. Hey, KCB, yeah, we were talking about that earlier. But I did buy one of the more desirable notes, maybe on the lower end of the spectrum as far as price point. But it is kind of a good, Jolly Roger. That's very important. Develop, you know, a relationship with your LCS, local LCS. I mean, I'm getting to that point with mine where I can work some deals with him. Hey, Lisa D. Hey, Roger Ivy. Chat's moving kind of fast. If I missed anybody, I apologize. Trying to keep up with everybody as they come in. Hit twice on that lottery ticket, 1 for 20 and 1 for 10. Oh, nice. 10 on a 10, 1 for 10 on a 10, 1 for 20. Well, alrighty. Better than what they call better than a poke in the eye. Better than a sharp stick in the eye. Ooh, man, we are getting close to that. Our first game is August the 30th. So we are almost at the one month mark on that. So having a little football again. Hey, Ken O'Mine. Yeah, it has been a minute. Ken O'Mine, good to see you. Good to see you. Maple Leaf, how are you? Good to see you too. There's a 2010 for our second NIFC. 71D. Yeah, hi, Crafty Dragon. I think I touched base with you earlier. So we do have the Eastridge show coming up in November. We're kind of trying to push the information on that for those of you that might be close enough to entertaining a drive over. We're gonna all, several channels and several people of the community are going to be meeting at the show. Picked up 3 rolls, customer at $50 local bank. They contain 49 binges. All right, that's nice. Congratulations. We're going to, I got the conference room rented at the hotel that everybody's staying at. And so we will have a very nice area to kind of meet and greet and hunt some coins and just congregate on Friday before the show. And then the show is a 3-day show, Eastridge, Tennessee. We went last year. Rick came down, Dad's Fair Change was there, and Kevin was there. And we all was able to meet up and enjoy each other's company. We ended up trying to do a box hunt out of Rick's room. And it went well for Martin Bowen. I want to say, like the first 2 rows, Rick pops a barber for Martin Bowen. And it was kind of downhill from there. My boxes were mostly uncirculated, so that was kind of bad on my side. And it was these double stack boxes. I very rarely have ever had purely uncirculated boxes on those, and the first one I opened up was, and the second one was mostly uncirculated, so it was not a good day for the Alabama boxes. I hope so, Crafty. It's a great time, you know, to be able to meet up like that, put a name and put a face with a name and shake a hand or grab a hug here and there. And we've been able to do it several times. A lot with Pa's Hospitality over in Arkansas. He has had people to his house, and Southern Metal and Baseman and Copper Owl Coins, original ATOG was always able to spend some time at his house and get together. And then of course we all was at the show, and then of course Coin Crew and Rob Finds Treasure and a lot of that bunch was at the show. So it was a good deal all around. The only time I went to that show, it's a great show. It is far to travel just for a show, but I have been back to Pa's house a time or two to visit. So plan on doing that again maybe this fall some point. Hey, Gatita. Hey, Bellows Forge. 71D. Hey, Chris Helms. $72D. $82P. We did find an 82P. Rick found an 82P. May have been the last time we hunted or the time before. We have found a few of those this year. 71D. A route version of Deck the Halls. How you doing, Nicole? $2018 for a third NIFC. Perry Martin, good evening. $2003 NIFC. Update the board. I think I'm a couple behind. Hey, Ron Pierce. $72D. 2009 NIFC. Alright, bottom half of the box. Hopefully it'll be better than the top half. $71D. $72. Hey, Demo. $2004. Gonna be 5 NIFCs. Not much to scream about, but it is something. It is a little something. Angus, the security dog, in action. Hey, Brian Robeson. Martin was an instant hit with the dogs while he was here. Very patient too. I do appreciate that also. $71D. 74. Y'all give me just a second, I'm gonna put the dogs out. Whoop, Martin Bowen hit the slots. $2,004. We'll give us 7 NIFCs. $72p. Hey, Paul. Shellbell, I'm sorry, this box is not cooperating. $80 degrees, low humidity, just perfect. Well, I'll swap you. 105 and medium humidity. 105, what it feels like anyway. 73. Even this morning it was 86, 87 degrees, but the real feel was like 70 or 95 even at 9 o'clock this morning. Oh, yeah, that aggravates me too, Cracker Dragon. I was always the type that I like to get to work early, you know, and I would always, sometimes because I had a little bit of a drive, never knew what the interstate was going to be like. So I was always prone to be 45 minutes to an hour early. And I would pull up in my spot or on the road that I normally parked on, and I'd lean the seat back, put me some radio on, you know, and kind of ease into the day. And it never failed. Somebody would pull, hey, Lisa Anderson. Somebody would pull into the parking lot, rattling the windows with the doggone music, just kind of ruined my little moment of tranquility. The only good thing about that was these were usually the SOBs that were running late, so they couldn't sit there and enjoy their music for long, so it was usually short-lived. Oops, sorry about that. Forgot about that. My bad. Forgot I had an empty bucket. At least it wasn't right next to the microphone. It could have been worse. I agree. My next door neighbor put a pool in, and they don't play their music, you know, crazy loud. I generally can't hear it when I'm in the house. If I go out in the backyard, they've got their radio going, but it's usually music I can kind of appreciate, so it could be worse. Of course not. I'm perfectly all right with that, Mr. Bowen. That's not good. We live in mostly a little quiet neighborhood. It's in a kind of not really a dead end. Our neighborhood, the way the road kind of looks like a 9, and you know, so if you come in the neighborhood and turn right, it will loop back around to the main road going out. But that doesn't get a lot of traffic outside of the people that live here, so well, your LCS, I'm losing you on that one, will you? Bye. Yeah, he's not a big currency guy. As a matter of fact, you know, I bought some things from him. He is a coin guy and a bullion guy. If you go into his shop, you know, he's got coins, and they do buy silver and gold, of course, so there are some jewelry and stuff on the left. Then it's coins all the way down, and then coins all the way across. And then on the right-hand side, on the bottom shelf, he's got 2 trays of currency. And so it's not laid out where you can see what's there. I love going in there. It's kind of like an Easter egg hunt. He sees me come in. He lets me come in with all my books. reference books and things, and so I can set things out over there in the corner and go through what he's got and check value or identification on stuff but yeah, he would buy them. Yeah, I have Mr. Martin Bowen bought me a 2009 with the DDR on the finger. He brought me one of the DDR extra finger there on the, and so then the other one is a beautiful, I mean beautiful, 1934 Walking Liberty, Mint State 65, I might add. Mint State 65, I might add. 2006 NIFC. Oops. Oopsie. Yep, he was very nice, very generous, brought me that, and we just had a good little few days there together. Went out and ate at the restaurant where Hannah works at, and she brought out they do a bread pudding type dessert just about every night. They have some variation of a bread pudding, and this was a maple something another bread pudding that Martin seemed to have loved. Matter of fact, we didn't eat it there. We'd eaten too much, so we didn't feel like eating a heavy dessert. So we brought it home and still went a day or two and didn't think about it. I put some steaks on the grill on Saturday night and we ate, and Martin was like, is that bread pudding still in the refrigerator? And I looked in there, and he got lucky. Hannah had ate half of it, but she cut it with a knife and ate it. So he ate that. Said it was super good. Had a really good, hey Neptune, a really good maple flavor to it. They used good syrup in it, and so he says, "You think Hannah would bring me another one of those?" So I texted her up, and she brought him another piece that he took home with him and ate on the way home. It was pretty good. Pretty good. So we will be back on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. I said we will do at least one box of halves, maybe a box of nickels, and then we will have an auction. We got, 10 rows to go here. we will spend some time going over. Brian Robertson hit the slots. Going over the auction goodies as well as some other stuff that I picked up at the show. I didn't get any coinage whatsoever for myself. I did pick up some bills though. How's North Carolina treating you there, Mr. Thompson? Oh, excuse me. Sometimes those 72s get a little ding on them. Can't tell if it's a... Yeah, I know, Val. I'm sorry. Y'all know this nighttime gig is not my forte. And I have been drowsy all day long for some reason. $71D. Yeah, concrete life. I hear you there, brother. I hear you. I spent about the last 2 years I worked on being able to work on one shift straight days, but I rotated my whole working life pretty much, except for my first real job was at the university, and I spent 4 or 5 years there. Was a straight days gig, of course, but after that I was a shift rotator my whole working life. And I really do think I'm still paying for it even now, over 2 years, 2 years out of my last work day, and my sleep schedule still is so messed up, it's unbelievable. Oh, once I start yawning, I can't stop. I did hear Rick said that they were going ahead and accepting the fact that they would probably be a couple more months before they made it back to their home. So I would assume that means that it may be a couple more months before he takes up his Tuesday night time slot again, and he can have it. I just saw it as an opportunity to get a few more watch hours in and have a little midweek fun with you guys. 71. 72. Hey there, speaking of hunting Southwest Ohio, there he goes and pops in. I'll be showing some of those Balboas here in a little bit, Rick. We're about done. Lackluster box, got 7 NIFCs, 8 NIFCs, but no silver. We're hunting for Shellbell. Nothing silvery, unfortunately. $20.16.
Hello, darling. Nice to see you. It's been a long time, just as lovely as you used to be.
Shellbell has done it in the last 4 rows. I'm waiting. His Fleabag is a little bit busy tonight, so I'm gonna match it without being told. So there is your 64 Kennedy Shellbell, and I am matching it. There's Fleabag. There's the match. So if nothing else, you got 2 64 Kennedys, and you have enough NIFCs. Better late than never. There you go. See. Hunting Southwest Ohio. I saw the edge. Unbelievable, I know. But I could see that edge on that one. I thought, man, that looks funny. Haven't seen very many of those. So, man, we are on a 2-stream. I know it. We are on a 2-stream streak here. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That one was a no-brainer. $72. Hey, BH Ringer. Oh, did I hear somebody say, do it again, do it again? Oh, we're 1 like away. We need 1 more like to do the next giveaway on my screen anyway. Let's get that done, and we will do the 75 like giveaway. What is up, Mr. Paul Spare Time? John Kemper, how are you? They didn't say anything. Ooh, now we got 77, so let's get that going. Let's get that done. How you doing, Paul? Still up in Missouri. All right. All righty. I think Copper Owl may try to fill your spot Saturday. He's got to go out of town Sunday, so he was talking about maybe streaming during the 2 o'clock hour. So I hope your mom is doing okay. I know you're a good man, Chuck. You're a good man for taking care of your mama. 72D. The 75 lights will be a war nickel and a silver quarter. All right, last roll for Shellbell. Ended up not being too shabby there, Shelly Belly. Some last roll magic there for sure, but we'll take it, right? We will take it. A minute, 19 seconds to go on the giveaway. 72. That's gonna do it. Shellbell, you get another 90 for your NIFCs. I tell you what, I'm gonna do a 90 for skunk prize, Shellbell, and I'm gonna do a 40%er for the NIFCs. That's one. Yeah, let's go that route. Let's do a 40% for the NIFCs. Oh, you didn't get skunk. So let's do a 90% for the NIFCs. Tell me what you would like. Okay, what did I do? Oh, I was bumping some buttons and stuff. What did I do? What did I do? We are done with the giveaway. So I updated the board there. So we're going to draw for that. Good luck, everybody. And the winner for the 75 light is going to be the Silvery Serpent. Hey, Sam Wilson, we just find a very nice 64 Kennedy for Shellbell. Shellbell, I'm going to add a 90 for the NIFCs. You may have already told me. What would you like? What would you like? You can have any of the three. All right, I can do that. If you're okay, I'll just add I'll do a Walker. I'll do a Walker for you. I will do a Walker. I'm going to add a 46 Walker. So not a bad little box there, Shellbell. Congratulations, and thank you for being such a great member of the team, head moderator in charge. Couldn't do it without you guys for sure. So that is going to wrap up the likes for tonight. I mean, we could hit 100. You never know. You never know. All right, so now we're going to go over some of the auction stuff and pick up that I did at the coin show. So first off, I will start with a bill that I had picked up. Had not intended to go there, but I went back on Sunday after Martin had left for home, and got to looking around, and we kind of got to talking with one dealer over there that's from Mississippi, and he just had a really great selection. I ended up buying a couple other things I'll show you here in a minute, but I bought three bills from him, and this was the one of the nicest note I got. One of the ones that's kind of on the list, you know, if you were wanting to go through and get a you know, there's a big chief and a bison. This is called a mini porthole. Got the little porthole picture of George Washington. Then it has I think it's mechanics and agriculture, or mechanics and industry. That's what the two figures on the left and right represent. So, and then there's the reverse of it. But a really nice note. Cheetah Butte Clark, one that was on my list. I bought the Green Eagle. I showed you guys that on another show. But it is one that this is kind of the second of the one that I'm, you know, really interested in putting together. So I also got, this will be an auction item. This is what they call a funny back note. So it is a $1 silver certificate from 1928, and then on the back, it kind of looks like Monopoly money. Y'all remember the design on the back of the Monopoly money? So here is, you know, here's what the note, you know, generally look like. So this is the what they call the funny back. Hey, Cammy King, this would be a funny back note. So this is a 1928 funny back, in pretty good shape. I did get a little bit of discount on it because there's a piece of tape. I don't know why there's tape on it, but the bill doesn't need it. I mean, it is fairly crisp. It does have some folds, but they haven't just took the note over, and but you can see how it's kind of faded on that corner. That's where there was a piece of tape. Actually may still be a piece of tape, but I think they pulled it off and it removed some of the ink. I'm going to go wash my hands before I start handling all these notes. I'll be right back. But that will be an auction item. That is a funny back, small bill. It's a small note, 1928 silver certificate. All right, so this other note, for you Canadian fans, this is a $2 Canada. and it is famous because of the fact that on Queen Elizabeth's hair, the way the die was, the way it was printed, it looked like a devil's face. Yeah, I looked at one. I was in the hunt for it. Net Fiend, it was the can't remember, 1899, I think. It wasn't the super expensive one, but it was the repeat, the remake of it, and it's got George and Martha Washington on the back. And so, but it had some issues with it, and if I was going to spend that much money on a note, I felt like I did not want to. I at least wanted to have a solid note with no, significant issues. So I'm going to see if I can. So there is the devil's face that is that made this note famous. Can you see you can see the nose, the two eyes, and the mouth, and it became it became a very controversial thing over there in Canada. So they had to scrap all these notes and redo them. Let me put it back. I'm going to make some adjustments on my scope here and get it back under it. I can go way back out on it and get y'all so you can see it. So there it is. Maybe a little bit better. All right, there we go. No lights. There's the devil's face. There is the devil's face. So that will be in the auction. Like I said, it's not the most pristine. Hey, tea time. Everyone taking a break. All right. Thank you, tea time, for sharing that. We will. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome, Aaron. Thanks for dropping in. You are welcome. But there's the devil's face. You can see it clearly now. The eyes here, the nose, even the nostril, and the mouth, and so they had to go in and change the design so that was not looking like that. So, as I said, it's not in the greatest of shape, but I think it be worth a. It is a 1954 Ottawa. 1954. So it's solid note. It does have a few edge issues, a little staining, but aside from that, as far as the what you really want to see in the note, it is there. It is there. So these other two notes will be in the auction. I don't know. I may keep one of them. I'm not sure yet, but one of them will for sure be in the auction. These are the same notes. I'm going to show the one. This is $1 called a sawhorse. Sawhorse note. This one is in very, very nice shape. I'm thinking this is probably in the EF40 range. There's only one fold that I can see, and that is in the center of the note. Note still has a nice amount of crispness still to it, even to be 1917. So, but very cool note. These are called the sawhorse notes because of the design on the back. And I do have two of these. I may keep one. I'm not sure yet. I don't think I have one graded or in this nice a condition. And then here's the other one. So this one is maybe not quite as good a shape as the previous one. $1, got Big George on there. So that will probably be an auction item also at some point. So I went out on a limb on this stuff here. I'm not sure, you know, Eisenhower dollars kind of be a hit and miss, but I've got a bunch of graded Eisenhowers, mint state 64s. I got 64s, 65s. I think there may be a 66 in here. No, 64s and 65 Eisenhowers. I got 73, 73D, 71, 71D, 76, 78D, 72D, a couple of those. So, well, always an upgrade, brother. Those I bought from the guy that we were talking to, and I just looked like a good opportunity to pick up a couple of those. So always room for an upgrade though, Paul. But beautiful mint state 64 and better Eisenhower dollars. So those will all be auction items. If there's any interest in those will be coming up. So keep those on your radar. As far as coinage goes, I've got some 1/10 Balboas. 1/10 Balboas, 1962. These are silver. Silver Balboas. I've got several different iterations of that. I thought this one was cool too. This is the Canadian cent with a Puma on the back, 67. Got a few of those. Well, you know, you can always keep it in your mind there, Michael Erickson. This is another of the Balboas. I do have some of there was a different design on his hat. I've got two 1904s that I'm going to offer. Here's a 1928 Canadian cent. I thought was in pretty good shape. There's another of the 67 Canadian 25 cent with a Puma on it. Let me see, here's a 1930 Balboa, 1/10 Balboa. Here is a 62 Balboa. So we have a 1883 Canadian 10 cent piece. 1883 Canadian 10 cent will be also in the auction. So if you're looking for Canadian dimes for your set, here's a 47 Balboa. So if you're interested in Balboas and you're trying to maybe put a set together, I have several. I've even got some of the really early ones we'll get to in just a second. Here's an 1886 Canadian 1 cent, large cent. And I will take these out of the flips when we're in the auction so that you can see them better. Here is a 1947, but this is a half Balboa. A half Balboa. So if you don't have any of the bigger Balboas, thinking about maybe doing a set, what do y'all think? I have enough to do maybe a set of the half, quarter, and 1/10, and then I have a quarter and a quarter and a 1/10 Balboa in the 1904 series. This is a 1928 Canadian cent. This is a 1888 5 cent Canadian. $18.88, 5 cent Canadian. All right, here is the iteration of the 1904, if you're still there, hunting Southwest Ohio. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit for clarity. You can see the difference in his hat. So this is the 1904. This is the other one. This is, and then that's what the original, the older version was. So this is the 1904. I have the 5 centésimos, the 1/10 Balboa, and then I have the quarter Balboa in that same year. So you can get the 1904 quarter and the 1904 1/10 in the Balboas if you would like some of the old stuff. Some of the old stuff. I got this beauty, 1936 Walking Liberty. 1936 Walking Liberty. Probably low mint state, if not AU, low mint state, 36 Walker. And then I've got a 1903 V-nickel that still has Liberty showing very well, 1903 V-nickel. Here is another Balboa. I tell you, I just happened on a bunch of these, so I just started picking them out. So there should be a chance for everybody that wants one to have one of the older silver Balboas. Here's another Canadian 5 cent piece, 1938. 1938 Canadian 5 cent. Here is, you guessed it, hold your breath, a 47 Balboa. 1/10 Balboa. I like them when they're kind of got that dark toning on them. I think it makes them pop. So there's another Balboa. So there is a nice little 58 Rosie. Somebody needs one to brighten their collection. All right, so this is one that I got that I've never seen this. It is a commemorative, 1952 George Washington commemorative. So it's a $50 commemorative, so 90% silver. But I had never come across one of those, so I picked up one of those. That will be an auction item. There is the reverse on that. 1952 George Washington commemorative. Very pretty. Got a nice war nickel. Got a nice war nickel, 43 Philly. So if you need an upgrade for your nickel book, there would be an opportunity for that. Picked up a 28S Walking Liberty. Not in the greatest of shape. Yeah, probably a good 6, maybe a little better than that. But if you need a 28S for your book, that would work. Also a 35 quarter. If you need a 35 Washington quarter, got one of those. Got a 29S Buffalo nickel. Buffalo nickel. So some of these will be dollar start items. And I bought this. I'm very on the fence about I'm very on the fence about putting this in my album. As y'all know, I'll need a 38D and a 39D to finish my album. So I picked up a 39D at the show. I'm not sure if I want to put it in the album or continue to hunt nickel boxes till I find it. So also got a pretty nice 42 Walker. Somebody needs a nice 42 Walker for their book. Seated dime, 1889. 1889 seated. Got full liberty, got good details still left on it. Got a large cent. I thought this thing was gorgeous, I'm going to have to say. I did kind of pay up for that a little bit, but it's a 1856 large cent. So if anybody is interested in those for your book, I thought it was just a really, really nice example of the large cent. Here's another seated dime, so 1889 again, in good shape. Got another really nice nickel, 45 war nickel, 45S. 45S war nickel, if anybody's needing a nice upgrade for the album, for the collection. Got a 76S, 40% silver proof, 40% silver proof, Washington quarter. Got this is a 1943 Mexico. It's a copper coin, but it's a centavos, but I thought it was really, really ornate and designed really, really nice. Got the eagle with the snake on the back. Again, I will take these out of the flips when we do the auction. Here's a really nice 40D nickel. You need one, a nice 40D. And it almost has full steps. It got a ding right there in the middle of the steps. I don't know how they do the full step designation, whether that would still qualify or not, but we can certainly look at that closer. Look at that closer during the auction here. And I thought this would be cool. I plan on doing these as a set. So I got a 70S and a 70D. So thought I would do that as a set if anybody is interested in 70 half dollars. I know those are hard to find and maybe people needing those for their albums. Here's did I do this one already? Yeah, here's another. This is an 1851 large cent. We will have that one. I got a few more to go here. We got a 36 quarter, 36 Washington quarter. We got another V nickel with Liberty still in full regalia. That's a 1911. 1911. I've got this one I thought was really cool. I've never come across this. This is an 1863 Civil War token. But look at the doggone design on that thing. How pretty it is. 1863. This is a Civil War token, not a coin. And this was, the North. This is where fractional currency came from. The North had a coin shortage when the banks. When the banks decided they were no longer going to exchange gold and silver and precious metals for their for currency, so silver certificates and things of that nature, gold certificate would not be redeemed anymore. So people started hoarding their gold and silver. Well, this was a response also from the southern side, hey Talca, in response to their coin shortage situation. So they minted and minted these Civil War tokens, and there is the other side, says Army and Navy on it. So I thought that was cool, so I picked that up. That will be an auction item also. And I think that is going to be about it. Here's a 31 Canadian cent as far as coinage 31 Canadian cent. I will probably do a few bundles on that. We will have mucho SMS sets. I've got 66s and 67s, so we will stick those in on occasion as we go. These are in the holder. Thank you, Pa. I've got some graded 66 $half. These are mint state 65s. So if you ever wanted to own a really nice, these are 66s graded 65. So I've got 5 or 6 of these. Those will be in the auction. There's another of the mint sets. I do have this note. This is a $10 Federal Reserve note. It is a very fine 25. This is agriculture and industry, but a very nice note. I plan on offering it up if there's anybody interested in adding to their currency collection. That will be on the plate. I've got more of the envelopes. Some of these are open, some of them are not. I've got 68, 65s, and a 265. So I've got those SMS sets. Whew. And then we were in Rick's stream the other night, and he started talking. Oh, I got this also. This is the same note. This is agriculture and industry, but this is not graded. So that also, if you would like a little cheaper option, an ungraded horse blanket, $10 Federal Reserve note, that will be on the block. This is something that these are well, you know, Rick, I went in there on Sunday. Martin went home Sunday morning. I looked at my watch and I said to myself, Self, that show's still open for a little while. So I loaded up and went back up there. Sundays are a great time to do the shows because everybody is packing up to go. So I told this one guy what I was looking for, that, you know, I was mainly looking at things that I could get at a decent price, hopefully to auction. Like, I'm not sure how these Eisenhowers will do, but if they don't sell them to auction, I plan on maybe doing them as a add-on, because I can bundle them in with shipping for an auction item, because I'm going to have to add $5 shipping to each one of those on the initial price. But anyway, he had 2 sets of these. These are from the National Bank, First National Bank of New Jersey, and in celebration of the bicentennial, they were giving these out. So it is just a curated little set of bicentennial. These are not silver; they're clad. Bicentennial Eisenhower, $half and quarter. Got a little commemorative note on there. So that will be some stuff. We'll do that maybe one day, maybe $1 start on that. But I got 2 of those. Like I said, he started going through the back, his boxes in the back of stuff that he hadn't even brought out in the show. And I just started helping him lower his shipping, what he was going to have to haul back. So I got 2 sets of those if anybody be interested in those. Yep, you know people in New Jersey. But those were given out on N76 during the anniversary. Also, in Rick's stream the other night, we were talking about satin finish coins. And so I got 3 sets here. There's 2 coins in each one. This is the 2005 Kennedy satin finish set. You get the P&D mint satin finish. And then I've got the 2006 Philly and Denver satin finish. I gave Martin one of my copies of the green sheet, and there's a 2007 satin finish. So if you would like a set of the satin finish, I've got those. All right, this is the last item, and this is kind of a quirky thing, so I'm not real sure how this is going to fly, but this is a set from the National Historic Mint, and it is these are not silver, they're silver and gold plated, but I thought it was funny. It came in these PVC flips, so I took all these out of the PVC flips, and so it is a 4-5 coin set. Washington, Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson, Roosevelt, I'm sorry, and Kennedy. Just a little coin set, but I thought the real funny thing was it came with a note with a letter in it. I'm trying to put myself, I'm trying to put my salesman hat on, Pa. But it's got this certificate of authenticity that came with it, and it says like, "Congratulations, you have made an acquisition of significant historical value." But so you get these 5 historical coins. Does it say coins? Commemorative set, but layered in genuine 999 silver and 24 karat gold. But I was reading on, and it got this clause at the bottom. It says 50-year repurchase guarantee. Should you ever wish to sell or redeem your commemorative issue, the National Historic Mint pledges to repurchase it from you upon demand any time within the next 50 years for the full cash price that you paid. And so I kind of looked them up. They ain't in business no more. But so you get all that together. It's a pretty little set. I mean, like I said, it is not silver. It is just clad stuff. So, but it is pretty. But anyway, I thought that was funny. And yeah, Brian Robeson, I'm looking forward to meeting you too, son. I mean, sir, son. That will be a great time at the show for sure. So we are, I can't remember when, but it, because right now you could still cash them in supposedly, because of the time frame would still be in the window. But so anyway, our auctions will, oops, sorry about that. I hit the button. I didn't mean to. Our auctions will have lots of goodies, lots of varieties of stuff coming up over the next month. So I hope you enjoyed what we put together. I kind of let the juices flow, trying to think of things that I think would be of interest to you guys as far as a collector, collecting and putting together sets and adding to your silver count, even if it's in the 1/10 little variety. I mean, I think those Balboas are just super cool. I got fixated on them, in case you couldn't tell. And every time I found one in a booth or in a budget bin, I picked them up. So all of that will be going, with the exception of this is the pickup of the day was my 1899 silver certificate, the mini porthole of Washington. One of the highlights so far of my collections. So I have really nice examples now of this one and the Green Eagle. So I am very happy with that. I've got another note. It's a $20 gold certificate. that may come up also, let's see if I can. There it is. So this also may make an appearance if you're into the gold certs. This is a small note. It's not the horse blanket gold certificates, but it is a 1928 gold certificate. So that may also be an auction item at some point. So it is 7:48. I don't have a lot more to share with you guys. It was fun tonight. We found silver. So that in itself is a blessing. And we're going to close it out with an end of stream. I'm going to get that going. Well, that part, yeah, I see you. Now though, I gotta wind down, Ballard. You know, now I gotta wind down. I may try to watch. You're welcome, Paul. Let's get that giveaway going for the EOS. It's going to be a 40%er. Jim Thompson was kind enough to send me some 40s, and we're going to do the EOS from Jim. It's only 2 minutes, so you'll have 2 minutes to get in on the EOS. Here we go. Thank you, Jolly Roger. That don't look like it run. Hold on, I don't think it's running, is it? I'm going to check it 1 second. Hold on just a second. Okay, it's going. 2 minutes to get in. Got 1 minute 31 seconds. We got 32 people in already. 32 people in. Appreciate everybody being here tonight. It was fun. Always fun to hunt a box and find a little silver. That was a really nice 64 too. Even I could see the edge on it. And we will be back Saturday with another box of halves and maybe a box of nickels. And then we'll have an auction. Probably 6 or 7 lots. We'll have some dollar start stuff on there and some of the other goodies that we brought back from the show. Got to start building that reserve back up for the next show. Could there be a possibility I'm heading to Texas next month, to Tyler, Texas, for a show there? So, time's a wasting. 33 seconds to go. 33 seconds to go. Three seconds. All right, looks like that's going to wrap it up. Let me see you can no longer enter. There we go. All right, here we go. Good luck, everybody. And the winner for the EOS is William E. Congratulations, William E. You have won. Hunting Southwest Ohio. Just a little bit late, my friend. Just a little bit late. Complete that. Change that window back. So again, thanks everybody for being here tonight. It was fun. Found some silver. Got to share all the goodies from the show. We will be back on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. Just a programming note. Paul is still in Missouri with his mom, getting her settled. And so I think Copper Owl had plans to maybe do a Saturday stream since he was going to be out of town Sunday. So we should have myself, Copper Owl Coins Saturday afternoon, and Hunting Southwest Ohio will be on Saturday night to fulfill your Saturday coin hunting needs. So aside from that, you guys have a good week. I love y'all. Y'all be safe, be cool. Don't get too hot out there working in your yard and stuff. You're welcome, Martin. My pleasure, for sure, my pleasure. And we will see you guys Saturday. Have a good week, everybody. Goodbye.